Columbus a little bit better. But that's another.
The only thing is, I just don't see the Jaguars going 0-16. That's the only problem. So your luck's going to run out somewhere along the line. So CB is going to actually take us to the hometown roundup for baseball tonight. So you can start off with that.
The Yankees today, they had Brandon McCarthy on the hill. He won, giving up 2 runs in 6 and a third innings. They beat the Kansas City Royals today, 6-2. Yesterday they lost to the Royals 1-0. James Shields was on the mound for the Royals, and Wade Davis picked up his first save of the year. He's been outstanding this year in relief for the Royals. He was the other part of the James Shields trade where the Rays acquired Will Myers. He's a .77 ERA out of the bullpen for the Royals, and hasn't allowed a run, and I believe it's his last 27 innings. Absolutely absurd numbers for him this year. Gave Greg Holland a day off. But the Yankees also won 2 of 3 from Boston this week. The Yankees currently sit 4 games out of the wild card, so still a chance of making the wild card, but an outside chance with Detroit and Seattle nailing down the Seattle currently in the second wild card. Detroit 1 game behind, and then Cleveland's a half game behind the Yankees. Tomorrow, the Yankees will finish up their series against the Royals. They'll have Shane Green on the mound against rookie Yordan Ventura. And the next series on Tuesday again will be against Tampa Bay. The Mets lost today. Dylan G won 7 innings, giving up 2 runs, both off solo homers. Johnny Cueto got the win for the Reds. Mets yesterday won 14-5, hitting 6 home runs for the first time since 2006. They also won 2 of 3 from the Marlins earlier this week. They pulled within 7 games of the wild card before today, and surprisingly enough to me, to be on ESPN's in the hunt list doesn't make any sense to me. They're pretty much all but finished. It would take a miracle for them even to get to 500 at this point. They'll have the last game this series tomorrow against the Reds. Zach Wheeler will be on the mound against Matt Latos, who has been great in the second half. After that, the Mets will move on, and they'll play the Colorado Rockies at home for 3 games, and then the Nationals and Marlins following that. And that's your hometown roundup for baseball.
All right. So in the absence of the snowball, I am going to take football. No real news to report in terms of the Jets and Giants. But the Jets will take on the Raiders at home, 1 o'clock tomorrow. They're favored by 5.5 over the Raiders. Again, I said this before. I'll say it again. I think the Raiders will come away with that game. Sorry, Jets fans. The Jets were 2-2 in the preseason. Honestly, I don't have that much confidence in Geno Smith. I do like the signing of Chris Johnson. I think he'll be a huge improvement, and Eric Decker as well. But I wouldn't get too excited if you're a Jets fan. I think they'll do all right. They won't be horrible, but don't expect too much. And expect even less from the Giants. They're 5-0 in the preseason. Surprisingly, I don't think they even played well in many of those games. But they take on the Lions in Detroit Monday night, and the Lions are favored by 6.5. So don't expect too much from the Giants this year. The offensive line has pretty much crumbled. I like the drafting Andre Williams. I think would be a pretty decent third down back for the Giants behind Rashad Jennings, who, again, another big signing I like. But I never have a vote of confidence in Eli Manning, which is the problem. If you're betting on interceptions, go ahead and take him. If you're betting on touchdowns, don't look towards Eli Manning. Go for his brother. So again, not much news, but football's back, so hopefully we'll be getting some more news out of the Jets and Giants. So now, everybody's favorite segment, the Homer Statement of the Week. CB was originally supposed to take this on with me, but he said that Spain will probably beat the United States, so he is completely out of this segment. The Homer Statement of the Week is for the good old U.S. of A.
Because nothing else is going well in sports around here right now. Let's put it that way.
Around here, I could talk about the Steelers and how they just signed Cortez Allen to a 5-year deal, locking up the cornerback of the future. Huh?
Continue with your USA basketball.
Okay. CB is clearly anti-American. Picked Serge Ibaka, Pau Gasol, and Marc Gasol over the Americans. I am going to talk about the United States. 6-0 in this tournament. Went undefeated in the group stage. They absolutely destroyed Mexico. Gustavo Ayón kind of gave us some problems. But we are America. And we took it to Mexico tonight. Or this morning. It was a reasonable time in England, not for us. The USA will win gold in this tournament. I'm coming out and saying that right now. Spain will come up short, and they will medal. They could be looking at an upset from Greece, Costa Papanikolaou, Yorgos Printesis, and I'm going to do this for the second time in the show, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Nailed it. The Greeks are a great team. We'll put up a fight against Spain, if not take the bronze medal. But all that matters is that America is taking home the gold medal in the FIBA World Cup. And hopefully...
And I hope I'm wrong. I thought that until today that the U.S. is clear favorites, even though they struggle a little bit against Turkey. But when Gustavo Ayón, who is looking for an NBA job, and has once been in the NBA and has been struggling to stay in the NBA, can drop 25 on the U.S., I can't imagine what a trio of Marc Gasol, Pau Gasol, and Serge Ibaka can do to the U.S., plus a team with some actual guards, unlike Mexico, not meaning to knock on them like I just did. But that's just what scares me a little bit.
What scares me is CB's anti-American sentiments. Our show has only been running about 5 or 6 episodes, I believe, and CB will be drug tested for a record 4th time. First, he picked Washington to go 9-7. I forget some of the other offenses. I think he was just hanging out with Josh Gordon and Wes Welker. But now he doesn't have faith in the U.S. in basketball. I find that very disturbing. But we'll be free of his anti-American sentiments next week while he is at Rutgers Penn State. We will be free to talk about our country. And
I certainly hope they win. I think their guards are a lot better and they can score a lot better. But I just think inside they're going to be given some troubles.
After all, this is the land of the free and the home of the brave. We'll be taking it home. Also, the bruh of the week. We will be linking you in our Twitter. It was originally supposed to go to our boy Richard Sherman, but CB brought my attention to this story. A 12-year-old kid named Ryan at a Boston Red Sox game got a foul ball and immediately handed it to the girl behind him. He's just a straight-up player. At a very young age, he's learning all the lessons he has to. Taking a page out of Trey Hondras's book, talking to the girls at the games. And what had happened was the announcers calling the Red Sox game saw him give the ball to the girl, sent him over 2 baseballs, and he ended up getting some kind of gift basket. Went straight out of that, gave the girl the bracelet, making some new friends, possibly more than that. So shout out to Ryan. Definitely learning from the best. I'm going to go out here and say I taught him everything he knows. So, the runner-up for Bro of the Week, actually, is CB. For getting recruited to all these D6 schools. He may very well be attending Lamar University next year on a basketball scholarship. Or is
None
it,
of this at all.
or Northwestern State, Louisiana.
Still none of this is true.
How do you feel about Citadel's basketball program, CB?
I'm pretty sure they're in Florida. I that one I actually did know.
Okay. But, yeah. CB, the highly touted Division 6 basketball recruit. Division 5 in baseball. So definitely take a look at his Hoops mixtape, if there is one. I'm not sure. Anything you want to talk to us about before we wrap up the show? 862-400-6461. And then the gem that is the Joel Embiid Memorial segment. I checked before the show, but I just want to make sure that Joel Embiid didn't drop some gem on Twitter while we were on the air. No, just a bunch of World Cup tweets. And a lot of...
Nick, it's currently pouring in the Garden State.
It was thundering by me, so... But Joel Embiid's probably two most popular tweets are... both were from yesterday, but he does them a lot. These girls ain't loyal. Hashtag weekly tweet. And then the next one came in. I think we're all related. Hashtag we all from Africa. Hashtag we making history together. So shout out to Joel Embiid dropping some knowledge on us. Always entertaining. But more importantly, hashtag targeted more than Sherman. We picked our three favorites. We weren't very happy. Well, at least one of us wasn't happy with the last two. But first one up, hashtag targeted more than Sherman, the white kid in pickup basketball. Clearly, whoever sent this to us has not seen White Men Can't Jump, because that is an excellent movie. Racial equality in pickup basketball. Definitely recommend it. Watch it if you can, if it's ever on TV, or if you want to rent it. Great movie. CB, are you targeted in pickup basketball?
Excuse me, one more time?
Are you targeted in pickup basketball as a white kid?
Sometimes, a lot of times, it's mostly white kids around where I'm from, but occasionally.
See, the thing is,
everyone thinks I'm good because I'm tall, but they're not aware of my fact that I'm a fringe D7 player.
A D6. Give yourself some credit. I'm actually not targeted as much, just because they recognize my pure God-given talent and my three-point shooting touch. Not to mention my handles. So I can't really agree with the statement. But it's funny nonetheless. Now this one hurt me a little bit.
Three-point shooting touch, bang bang.
Yeah, I go bang bang from the 3-point line. Trust me. This next one actually hurt me a little bit. I actually forget. I'm sorry. But I forget who sent this in. Probably don't even want to remember this name because this hurt me in the heart deeply. Hashtag targeted more than Sherman. Nick as a D1 recruit. Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not too fond of that. CB will tell you all the big programs are coming after me. I've met with John Calipari numerous times. Coach K is over my house at least twice a week. I mean, I have Roy Williams knocking down my door.
That has to be some sort of recruiting violation.
It's not a recruiting violation. We're very close friends. Roy Williams is knocking down my door half the time. I mean, it's getting out of hand. Dick Vitale has already said I'm the next big thing. I'm ridiculous, baby. Direct quote from Dickie V right there. So yeah, you clearly, whoever tweeted this has not seen my Hoops mixtape because I'm the best thing there is. Now this last one, what was that?
Because you don't have a mixtape?
It's coming soon, CB. I'm too much of a beast for them to release it. But this next one, my personal favorite, probably one of the best ones we've ever gotten. Hashtag targeted more than Sherman. CB has a homecoming date.
Ouch.
How does that make you feel, CB?
Someone actually knows my personal life. That's the scary part.
So you're saying it's true?
I don't deny it.
If anyone from was it Voorhees High School?
All right, Nick.